The time is 9 o'clock and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
This is Clinton Davis with your local CHMA News. Today, after 9 years with their head coach, the Mount Allison cross-country team heads to the Nationals this Saturday. Their skills had never been the factor holding them back. But first, there are green bag changes coming to Tantramar. Starting Monday, Eco360 will stop picking up green bags that contain items in the wrong bin. The Regional Waste Agency says it's part of an effort to keep composting clean and efficient. Residents should use green bags only for food scraps, yard waste, and soiled paper. Items like plastic, metal, glass, or anything that can't break down naturally need to go elsewhere. Proper sorting helps cut down on landfill waste and turns organic material into usable compost. Full details available at eco360.ca/residential-program. Next up, Elena Maroney is a social entrepreneur and local Sackville, Mi'kmaqi-based sculptor and textile artist whose work blends structure, craft, and play. She's also one of the organizers behind a new arts initiative in town, the Living Things Art Collective. I spoke to Maroney briefly Wednesday night regarding this weekend's event.
So this Saturday at 25 Lawrence Street from 10 until 6, Living Things Arts Collective is having its grand opening. So this is a collective of ceramicists, textile artists, painters, illustrators, and they'll all be selling their work, sharing their work, and all of the profit from their sales goes back to the artist. So this is not-for-profit exhibit space. So if anyone is curious about becoming a member, they should come on down and take a look. And they're very welcome to ask questions.
Maroney appeared before Tantramar Council in September seeking municipal support to help keep the new space sustainable. She told councillors the group has poured hours of volunteer work into the project, painting, building displays, and creating an affordable home for artists in Sackville, a place they say they rented out themselves to help bring this vision to life. Here's a clip of a statement from Maroney from the September budget meeting where they sought sponsorship to help grow this not-for-profit endeavor.
Tantramar is a hub for arts and culture and is known throughout the Maritimes as a thriving arts community. However, there is a shortage of spaces where artists can sell their work.
Maroney said the group has already logged more than 75 volunteer hours, and that was in September, setting up the new space, painting, and building displays.
We've had an outpouring of support since getting the keys to this space, and I know that community engagement with strong financial support from our municipality will ensure a mutually beneficial outcome as the rising tide floats all boats.
Again, the event takes place this Saturday, that's tomorrow morning, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Living Things Art Collective. And now for the feature story. On any recent crisp day in Sackville, you might have seen a pack of runners looping past the cemetery or through the retention pond. They likely belong to Mount Allison's University Cross Country Club. And they're not just running laps, they're making a run at history for Mount Allison. After nearly a decade under coach Claire Paybody, the small, scrappy team, according to her, has a shot at something big. And this Saturday, they're headed to Prince Edward Island to compete at the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association Nationals. I spoke to Claire Paybody, who is a research associate at Mount Allison University in the biochemistry department, and of course, the head coach of the women's and men's cross-country team.
We get to go compete at the national level and represent Mount Allison and our amazing, scrappy little club team. Like, it's a little bit surreal. I've wanted to do this for 9 years, and I am just like running around with excitement.
Paybody informed me that it wasn't that they'd never qualified before, but things like distance, logistics, and funding had kept them back.
The first year that I coached, men and women, we both took gold in the ACAA championships. And every year since, we have took gold or silver, either one or both within our conference, and had individuals placing on the all-conference team, individual champions, either men or women, almost every year. They've had a lot of success. They're great. It's a great team.
Unlike other varsity programs, Mount A's cross-country club runs on volunteer power and a shoestring budget, but also on community, inclusiveness, and passion.
They're all really dedicated students. They're all highly intelligent. And so they're coming to this club for the community, for the environment that we have created. We are totally inclusive. We take everybody, no matter their experience with running, no matter their ability. And my job as coach is to help each of those individual club members reach whatever their running goal is, whether it is to be able to run 1 kilometer by the end of the season, or whether it's to race 8K at nationals.
And that openness and inclusivity, she says, was designed from day one.
I consciously implemented that, and the runners have as well. We tell everybody, come run with us, come run with us. We meet outside the chapel at 5 o'clock, so there's lots of people moving around, and we're just constantly saying, get ready to run, come run with us. And that makes it creates this wonderful, welcoming environment.
According to Paybody, that community spirit spills well beyond just the training runs.
We do team dinners and waffle breakfasts at my house. And it's not just the people who are racing who come to that. It's everybody. Everybody is welcome. Everybody shows up.
The coach's leadership hasn't gone unnoticed.
I was voted Coach of the Year within our ACAA conference. And that is such a big honor because it's voted on by my fellow coaches. And I was awarded that in my first season of coaching, and then again this season. And I was surprised and very honored by that recognition. And as such, the university has thrown my hat in for CCAA, Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association, Cross Country Coach of the Year.
The winner for that award will be announced this weekend. For a club that sometimes has to share jerseys between runners, a chance at the national spotlight has brought such joy.
It's kind of fun that we operate on this shoestring budget. We never match. Nobody is ever matching on our team. And we have no money, or now we have a little bit, but we are still able to be successful and have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, you're like the grassroots wild card winners. It's pretty neat. Paybody says the team's biggest victory isn't medals. It's proving that running can belong to anybody.
We welcome everybody. Running is for everybody. It doesn't have to be competition level. It can be for everyone. And we have so much fun and just want everyone to come to join us.
So this weekend, 5 women and 6 men, including 2 international students and assistant coach Charles Douglas, are heading to Prince Edward Island to race under the Mount Allison banner. Everyone here at CHMA News is rooting for the team. And to learn more about them or track their progress, you can follow them on Instagram at mta.crosscountry. For an easier clickable link, just visit this article at chmafm.com. For CHMA News, I'm Clinton Davis.
हाय, मेरा नाम साइली है और आप सुन रहे हैं CHMA 106.9 FM यहाँ सैकविल, न्यू ब्रंसविक में.
Hi, this is Darcy, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update for November 7th. An Anglophone health network in New Brunswick has been ordered to pay $5,000 to a Moncton man for violating his language rights under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Paul Ouellette filed a legal challenge after staff at a Moncton hospital couldn't speak to him in French on numerous occasions in 2020. At the time, he had been overseeing the care of his sister at the hospital's psychiatric unit. In the recent decision, the province's Court of King's Bench ruled that Ouellette's right to communicate in his mother tongue had been repeatedly violated by the Horizon Health Network. And a lottery ticket recently sold in Newfoundland is worth $5 million. The Atlantic Lottery Corporation says the Lotto 649 ticket was purchased on Wednesday, but the corporation did not provide any other details. And a 27-year-old man in Cape Breton is facing drug-related charges for allegedly importing dried poppy pods that are often used to make opium. Cape Breton Regional Police say an investigation began after law enforcement officials intercepted a package being shipped to an address in Sydney. The police force, working with the Canadian Border Service Agency and RCMP, executed a search warrant at a local residence and seized a package. The man was later charged with importing and possessing a controlled substance. And the Nova Scotia opposition New Democrats have appointed a new critic for ethics and accountability. Party leader Claudia Chender issued a statement yesterday saying Paul Wozni will take on the new role. Chender says the NDP is trying to ensure that Nova Scotians know who benefits from government's decisions. She says the party wants to make sure Premier Tim Houston's progressive conservative government isn't striking backroom deals with party insiders and personal friends. And Prince Edward Island's fisheries minister says his department is putting the final touches on a pitch to the federal government to support the province's oyster industry. Zach Bell says the department has put together a package of programs to help wild oyster fishers, growers, and processors, and that it should be in front of Ottawa by the end of this week. PEI's oyster industry has been rocked by the deadly parasite MSX, which was first found in island waters in July of 2024. Another disease called dermo was discovered this past summer. Neither pose a risk to human consumption, but both can be fatal to oysters. And finally, Nord Space is hoping to build a spaceport complex in Newfoundland's Burin Peninsula. The company registered the proposal for an environmental assessment on Wednesday. The project would include a mission control center and a complex that would support 20 rocket launches a year. Nord Space planned several launches from the area earlier this year, but they were scrapped because of mishaps and problems. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update for Friday, November 7th. We're going to get into the sports in just a second, but let's get you a weather update as we do around here. It's a beautiful day out, blue sky, the sun is shining. It felt really good walking in. Not the warmest day, but it didn't feel so bad. It's currently as observed in the pan at 2 degrees above zero, and today you can expect a high of just 4. So we are getting into that colder fall weather that it's been held off until now, but here we are, getting into the thick of it. But tomorrow there will be a little reprise with 12 degrees. But the official word on what to expect today is that today it'll be mainly sunny. Increased cloudiness late this afternoon. Wind west 20 gusting to 40, becoming southwest 20 in the afternoon, a high of +4. Wind chilled -8 this morning. Tonight, cloudy periods of rain beginning after midnight. Wind southwest 20, becoming south 20 near midnight. A low of 0 with temperature rising to +3 by morning. For Saturday, November the 8th, periods of rain ending in the morning, then mainly cloudy with a 30% chance of showers, about 2 to 4 millimeters. Wind south 20 kilometers an hour, gusting to 40, becoming southwest 20, gusting to 40 near noon, a high of 12. UV index, is at 2, which we never call it. I just read that, but sorry about that. Saturday night, clear with a low of -2, except -6 in low-lying areas. For Sunday, sunny with a high of +4, increased cloudiness on Sunday night and a low of +1. Periods of rain coming in on Monday with a high of 11, continuing through Monday night with a low of 11, and into Tuesday with periods of rain again with a high of 12. Tuesday night, cloudy with a low of -2, and Wednesday, cloudy with a 30% chance of showers in the morning and in the afternoon, high of +4 during the day, a low of 0 at night, and on Thursday, cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries or rain showers, a high of +3. And that is your CHMA weather. Coming up right now, I have Brian Nielsen with your sports update.
Last night in the NFL, in a barely watchable game, somehow the Denver Broncos endured against the Las Vegas Raiders to win 10-7. One game in the NBA last night, the Phoenix Suns defeat the Los Angeles Clippers 115-102. About 9 games in the National Hockey League to tell you about. The Boston Bruins came back in overtime to defeat the Ottawa Senators 3-2 at home. The Blues shut out the Sabres on the road 3-0. Took overtime to have the Devils dispatch of the Canadiens at home. 4-3 final in that one. It was also a 4-3 final in Carolina, where the Hurricanes defeated the visiting Minnesota Wild. Penguins up on the Capitals 5-3 finish in a battle of former Patrick Division rivals. Flyers defeat the Predators 3-1 in Nashville. Ducks all over the Stars in Dallas, 7-5 finish for the 9-3-1 Anaheim squad. The Lightning double up the Golden Knights on the road, 6-3 final for Tampa Bay. And finally, the other Florida squad on the road were victorious as well. The Florida Panthers, 5-2 victors over the Los Angeles Kings. Looking more closely on the home front close to Mount Allison, a big weekend of sports coming up, beginning with the Mount Allison cross-country team going to nationals. They run tomorrow at Brookvale Ski Park on PEI. The women's go at 12:30 and the men at 1:30 for those cross-country championships. Tonight, the Mount Allison Mounties hockey squads played at home, 7 p.m. puck drop, and then they'll be on the road tomorrow. And tomorrow, home court advantage hopefully comes true for the Mount Allison Mounties women's and men's basketball games. They'll be playing up against Crandall, going off at 2 and 4 p.m. tip-offs. And finally, the volleyball women are on the road tomorrow in PEI.
All right, that was Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports update. Brian is in weekdays at 8:30 and, of course, does the Monday morning show on Mondays at 7:30. And I join Brian as well at 8:30, but not for the sports. I'm just here to check out and make sure that it gets in for the rest of the day. Doing a community check update right now, seeing what is on the go. The Tantramar just sent out a note saying to be advised that Walker Road is now closed between the Trans-Canada Highway exit and King Street for road maintenance and will be closed until 4 p.m. today. They apologize for any inconvenience. Again, that is Walker Road between the Trans-Canada Highway and King Street. They also have a note saying they're still looking for some outreach about that recreation planning. They want to hear from you. There is a survey that you can take, get it at Tantramar NB, and recreation is a bunch of things. So just go in, and if it's arts and culture and all that kind of stuff is included. So get your word in. And their communication survey is still up. They're looking for some input about that. Community update for you. Let's go over and check out what is happening in the community at the CHMA community calendar. Just a big note that Farmers Market tomorrow is not going to be down in Bill Johnstone Park. It is now at its winter location at the TVMCC, aka the Civic Center, also known as the hockey rink. What else do we have? We have the new Arts Collective opening that is happening tomorrow morning. We also have the Sackville Curling Club. That's Friday night games. That is tonight, and they're inviting you to come out to the curling club for a social evening of games, and that is starting up at 7 p.m. Enjoy a night with friends, they say. So that's cards will be available for games like cribbage, euchre, spoons, or whatever else someone comes up with. And if you like doing a puzzle or any of those kinds of things, they happily encourage it. So again, that is 7 p.m. Well, they say the bar opens at 7 p.m., so I assume that's what they mean, that when the night will get going. And that, again, is at the Sackville Curling Club. Port Elgin Farmers Market is tomorrow as well from 9 to 1. And on Sunday, the big event that everyone's talking about is Here and Now, a community tintype portrait that is happening over at the Owens on the staircase that is facing the chapel, aka not the York Street entrance, the other one on the back, which I call it, but some people call that the front. That is 3 sessions, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., and that's on the steps of the Owens, and that's Karen Stenterford. We'll be bringing her a view camera and doing a tintype, some community tintypes. That's a form of analog photography, and they're inviting everyone from Mount Allison students, staff, faculty, artists, visitors, friends, family, and Sackville community members of all ages are invited to come be part of a collective portrait that documents a moment in time and shares the experience of coming together. And that is part of the exhibition Art Equals Work that is currently on view at the Owens. And all participants will receive a digital scan of the original photograph as a memento. Again, that is this Sunday, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. Okay, some community updates for you. Let's skip out of the news segment and get into some music to get your day going. And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantjamar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. And let's get into some music. I've got a show promo for Blind Date that is coming up later tonight. And as I have been doing lately, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the CHMA schedule before we start the music machine. And for Friday, it's a Friday. Afternoons are always loaded. It's quite busy around here. But for the morning, we have This Way Out at 10 a.m. Then we have Eric Gohill up with the midday show at 11. Siley Singapore is on 12 to 1 o'clock when we start up with Democracy Now! The Argosy After Hours with Daniel Hennigar is up at 2. East Coast Kickoff with Ben Place is up at 3. Da Capo with Hinke Younger at 4. Maya Noel on at live at 5 from 5 to 6. 6 o'clock is Pirate with Cole, Simon, and Rory. And then we get into Finding Film with Emma and Darcy, Blind Date with Christina Acton and Hannah Tuck, BAM Radio with Clinton Davis, and our last live show of the evening is The Drop with Smiley Mears, aka Jeremy McLaughlin, and that is coming in live from his living room and some great dance beat accompaniments. Check it out. Also live on TikTok. So there you have it. All right, let's get into the music. I have some Navy with Curran with the track Feel coming up, and Diane Spiros with Songs of Longing, and Tiana Major 9 with the track Money here on the Voice of the Marshes, and that is going to be me for the morning show. I'm here weekdays 8:30 to 9:30. Hope you enjoy your weekend and the rest of your day. Take care.
On Friday at 8 p.m., join Christina and Hannah on CHMA 106.9 FM for Blind Date, where they surprise each other with albums the other one has never heard. Could it be love at first listen or a complete disaster? You'll just have to tune in to find out.
Was it a dream or was it real? When the sun came up, you disappeared. You feel like a summer breeze, flowing effortlessly over my skin. Show me what you're wishing for. You know what I'm wishing for. Baby, close the door. It is you that I adore. Always leaving wanting more. For just a moment now, tell me what you're waiting for. You know what I'm waiting for. Baby, close the door. I know it won't last forever, but I just wanna feel. I got a question for you. I'm in need of something more, yeah. 'Cause I'm falling just a little bit deeper for you, yeah. Never knew a love so good. just wanna feel. I know it won't last forever, but I just wanna There's a last time for everything. Do you need it to mean something? I'm knee deep, am I needing it to mean something? All through this milk-coming valley, oh, I had you on my mind. You know I love to meet you there from time to time. Yes, and how many songs will we sing about the longing? All of a sudden, baby, I'm short on time. Yes, and how many songs will we sing about the longing? My friends all know it well. Sing its praises, ring its bells. Oh, it's dwelling in the chambers of our heart. There's a first time for everything. Do you remember the feeling? I'm knee deep, am I needing to remember? All through that lonesome day, that lonesome chevron off the Crow's Nest Highway. You know if I had it my way, you would be there too. I remember the feeling of you. Yes, and how many songs will we sing about the longing? All of a sudden, baby, I'm short on time. Yes, and how many songs will we sing about the longing? My friends all know it well. Sing its praises, ring its bell. Light its incense, weld its metal. Blow begonias on its windowsill. Sleep softly in its groundswell. Still it's dwelling in the chambers of our hearts. Yes, and how many songs will we sing about the longing? And how many songs will we sing about the longing? And how many songs will we sing about the longing? And how many songs will we sing about the longing? About the longing, about the longing, about the longing.
Money talks and money walks. If you don't treat your money right, money knows who needs who more. Money sleeping good at night. Always loves you when she's here. Money's always out the door. And she's so funny. Money knows you love her more. I'm in a pickle. She tickles my fancy. Fickle and handsy. She wanna romance me, 'cause I deserve it. We fiddled once with no plan B.